is going on, everybody? My name is Conor Lawler. Welcome back to another week of Movie Mondays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and just generally having a bit of a chit-chat about everything to do with film. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun Mead. Shaun, how's it going?
I'm good, Conor. Excited but nervous, I want to say. Because, for people that might not know, we are recording today on a Sunday.
Yes.
This being the final day of D23, Disney's big Let's Announce All the Things festival.
Those fuckers are waiting till Sunday evening, Shaun. You just know
Absolutely.
it.
Oh, Robert Downey Jr. is going to come back. Like, all this shit's going to kick off if it's announced. We're recording this about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. So if anything big drops, we'll talk about it at some point. But for now, we just have what's been announced up until now.
Just know we'll be, and I'm going to use this phrase, fuming. We're going to be fuming.
Absolutely horrendously fuming. The angriest I've ever been on this show was when we did a Movie Mondays. We recorded it on a Monday, as we usually would.
And we hit stop.
And then what trailer dropped? I think we hit stop and James Gunn got fired. I think that was what happened.
Oh yeah, we also stopped and the Spider-Man trailer released for No Way Home.
Also, the Endgame trailer dropped on a Tuesday.
Bastards. But yeah, so we just wanted to preface this episode by saying that if we do miss something, we've tried to get everything so far. As far as we know, we cannot see into the future, so we cannot tell what's happened. But we can only go what we've seen so far from D23.
But I mean, look, Henry Cavill as Doctor Doom, excellent choice.
Who's seen that coming, Shaun? I was shocked as well. But
fuck, if that pays off, lads.
If that happens tonight, you're going to be fucking Nostradamus. But, Shaun, there's only one place to start with D23 news, and that is Marvel's Secret Invasion trailer. We have 3 trailers to talk about this week. Only one Marvel. We've got one Netflix and then one DC trailer.
The 3 horsemen of streaming services.
3 horsemen of the apocalypse. But Shaun, Marvel's Secret Invasion. We had our first look at this series that I know you've been very excited for. It has Samuel L. Jackson. He's coming back. You got Emilia Clarke. You got Olivia Colman in this. I don't know if you've heard of her, but she has a few Oscars, Shaun.
Pretty good actor, I would say.
She's good at the acting and very good in Broadchurch.
She is good in Broadchurch.
Yes. If anyone's seen Broadchurch, go watch Broadchurch. So David Tennant in it as well. But yeah, Marvel's Secret Invasion. First trailer drop, Shaun. To be honest, I'm interested more in what you think, because I know this is right up your alley and something you were very much looking forward to see it.
Yeah, no, like, I really like Secret Invasion as a story. For those that don't know, it's a story in Marvel Comics where Skrulls, who are shape-shifting aliens, are revealed to
lads from Captain Marvel.
The lads from Captain Marvel, but these ones are bad. They were revealed to have, like, for years, had taken the place of major characters in the Marvel Universe. And had just integrated into society, had been involved in stories, things that happened, and some of them were just Skrulls that were there the whole time.
Did they use it in the comic books? Did they use it as a way to, like, write out people acting weird for stories?
Some of it was that, yeah.
Okay.
To be like,
I'm assuming there's probably a story where Spider-Man acts out of character. All the audience is like, Jesus, Spider-Man's acting weird. I don't like this story. And they're like, he was a Skrull all the we didn't write it bad. He was a Skrull.
I think some of it was like the fallout from Civil War and characters. Everything was a bit messy. So you needed a big threat to, like, just send everyone against, and no one could really trust each other anyway, so it was a whole balancing act that the characters had to do. My first thing when I saw this trailer, like, number one, it looks a bit different to regular Marvel films that we have seen recently.
Yes, there was a few comments I know just that a lot of people were making was a lot of Winter Soldier vibes from this.
Very Winter Soldier-y.
I think one of them was imagine the 6 minutes of Winter Soldier where Nick Fury has the gun, but it's that for a whole series.
Yeah, like that. I mean, that sounds great, and I like haggard old Nick Fury as well. That's really
he's
cool.
Done with it.
Yeah, he's finished with it all. Also, this cast is unreal. Like,
yes.
There are so many people in. Martin Freeman's in it as well. Don Cheadle back at it as Rhodey.
Boom, you're looking for me, he said.
And Armour Wars is still happening. They also announced that after they just forgot it at Comic-Con.
And everyone's like, yay, hooray.
And Ben Mendelsohn is back, which is always a treat.
Yeah, and Kingsley Ben-Adir is also in this. But, like, as I said, like, Olivia Colman, Emilia Clarke, Samuel L. Jackson, Martin Freeman, like, just as a foursome, throw the four of them into anything, and you're like, okay, this has got to be good. Because I don't think Emilia Clarke and Olivia Colman come in unless they've seen the script, they've read through it, this seems good. Because it's one of those, I don't want to say it, but, like, they don't really need to do the MCU. Like, no,
but that's a fact. Like they just, if they say they want a role, they will get that role, basically. Yeah. And it adds a certain level of like credibility to the movies in a way. Like even like Eternals, which is like kind of mid, but you're like, oh, but Angelina Jolie's in it and she's really good in it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, yeah. So the idea of the story, from what I can gather from the trailer, a lot of Skrulls have come to Earth in order to take over the planet. As you said, very similar to the comic book. Nick Fury and Talos and all of their allies have to basically come in and stop the shapeshifters. And it's kind of like last time we seen Nick Fury, he was in space. Was that after credits scene or was that the end of a movie?
It was. Was that the end of WandaVision?
No, I think it was before that. I thought it was before the Disney Plus series. I thought it was. Maybe it is WandaVision. I thought it was a movie.
It's definitely referenced in WandaVision. It was Far From Home. It was Far From Home. Because Talos, the Skrull, had been impersonating in that whole movie. That was we're bad fans.
Nick Fury's up in space, and so something has to be so terrible for him to come out of space and come back down. Because I don't know if you've noticed, Nick, but in this whole universe that they've been building, there's been some fucked up shit that's been going on for the last 5 years. Half the people got wiped out.
Yeah, like, and that's the perfect time to, like, if you were a Skrull, invade and be like, okay, we're going to take over, we're going to sow seeds. People will just be happy to see us. Like, they won't look at us too closely or wonder why we're acting weird. Because the whole world is weird at the minute. I see, with this series, I think you have to have one or two major characters be Skrulls.
Rhodey?
Is the thing. Rhodey's an obvious choice, I think.
So I would like him to say, bang, you looking for this? And they all just kind of stare at him.
Hang
like a slow, like, that's not kind of right.
But see, the difficulty is that, like, you have these characters who, like, in comics it's fine because you can just rewrite and do all this stuff. But, like, these characters have had development and storylines and interactions that fans have, for the most part, liked, I would say. So
yeah, because if Rhodey's a Skrull, is he a Skrull in Endgame?
See, this is it. This is the thing. Everything he does in Endgame. Now, that would kind of make sense because Rhodey is just an asshole to like Thor in Endgame.
I just think that's Rhodey. I think the Skrull version's really nice.
I think, yeah. Oh, maybe he gets unskrulled in Endgame. But I think there has to be a couple of big reveals in it. Can I also make a wild suggestion?
I'm always available for wild suggestions.
So, just pause for the next, like, or skip for the next 30 seconds if you don't want to have Secret Invasion, the comic run, spoiled.
Yes.
It's not even a spoiler, but the first character, the way the Secret Invasion is discovered is that Spider-Woman gets shot and they scan her body and they realise she's a Skrull.
Right.
Now, that would have to be a pretty major character, or major actor to play Spider-Woman, I would say.
Yes.
I think Emilia Clarke is Spider-Woman in this somehow. Who knows?
Do you know what? That's the time. Let's throw some fucking batshit stuff out here, right?
Just do it, lads.
I mean, she has a gun in one of the scenes, but if she turns out to be Spider-Woman, once again, you're looking like a genius. The great thing here is nobody expects us ever to be right on anything. So if we're ever right, Shaun, it's all up.
If we can just throw anything out, it'll be good. Also, this is a series as well, so this has time to do like a slow burn.
But aren't they doing are they doing a Spider-Woman movie?
They're doing. Sony is talking.
It's Madame Web, but I think they're also Spider-Woman.
Madame Web, so it was Jennifer Carpenter, one of them, was Spider-Woman and then became Madame Web later on when she got blinded. So, and that's a whole other thing. That's Sony and that
I
shit.
do think they're doing a Spider-Woman movie.
Oh, they absolutely are, but it's never getting off the ground, is it? Let's just call a spade here.
It's going the way of all of the DC properties.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, he's swinging today, lads.
But yeah, so I mean, Emilia Clarke as Spider-Woman, I could see it. That's a pretty big get. Then you also have to only have English actors play all of the Spider people. It's a
tradition
rules.
At this point.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire being the outlier, of course.
He's the only one. He's the only one. He was too good. He was too good as the nerd shot. We could not give it to him.
But I really like the way that this series is looking at the minute, and also I feel because it's the Skrulls who we were already introduced to in Captain Marvel, we're introduced to what they're about and what they're able to do. I think we can skip a lot of that in the series, and we won't have that standard episode 3-4 dip, hopefully.
Oh,
that the Marvel series have.
We call that, is it the Miss Marvel?
It's the Miss Marvel effect when, Miss Marvel, Falcon and Winter Soldier had it every fucking episode, every time you cut back to the Flag Smashers.
Miss Marvel was really strong, 1, 2. Okay, well, 3, who's the clandestines? Let's get into it.
4, all about the clandestines.
We're like, these are the worst.
These are awful.
I think you can kind of skip a lot of that because we do know Talos. And you can kind of just bring them in immediately, and everyone kind of gets the gist that they can be anyone, so it's pretty fucked up. And I also love the idea of, isn't it Ben Mendelsohn? He's talking to Kingsley Benadir, I think it is, or it might be somebody else, but he's talking, and there's 20 of them all in the room because he's about to kick off. Yeah,
and so Ben Mendelsohn and his, just call him Ben Mendelsohn, his gang of Skrulls is a different sect. They're peaceful, they just want to find a home and they don't want war. Whereas this other race of Skrulls are much more violent and aggressive and want to invade the Earth, basically.
Yeah. And look, I think this could be a really good series. And I think it's a very strong cast. First trailer, very, very strong. I think this trailer is great. I don't think you should show anything else. Just leave it.
That's true. We do always say that.
They definitely won't leave it, but they should show nothing else and just leave it up to people's imagination. Nick Fury's back. What's bad enough that brought him back from space?
Yes, exactly. Even Kobe Smulders, she's saying you've been gone for 6 years. Why is this the one that you come back for? You've been ignoring everything on Earth.
And then it turns out she's a Skrull.
I think she's a Skrull. I think she's pretty much guaranteed to be a Skrull now.
Yeah.
And there was something else I wanted to say, which is just that for a trailer, and this doesn't come out till 2023, we're still fairly far out. The effects look fairly solid.
Really
some of the
good.
transforming effects and stuff like that. Really tight, which is nice to see, I suppose.
Good, cool action scenes as well. I'm interested. It has piqued my interest, Shaun.
Yeah, but let's not get excited or hopeful about anything.
I never show emotion. Just leave it as a solid vanilla all the way, boy. Moving on to our next piece of D23 news, and it includes the MCU's Thunderbolts, Shaun, as the lineup has been revealed.
Okay, I've seen some of this, but I didn't go too deep into it because I have thoughts. But do you want to announce the lineup? We
basically got the Thunderbolts team because they released the poster. So now we know who's in the team. We have obviously Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character, Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine.
Yes.
That's the lady from Captain America. No, Winter Soldier.
Falcon, it's Elaine from Seinfeld.
Exactly. US agent Wyatt Russell, one of our favourite characters. Just absolute shithouse.
Actually a shithouse, and I feel he'll do really well in this team dynamic.
Just the worst shithouse of all time. You have Ghost from Ant-Man.
Yes.
You have Yelena Belova, aka Black Widow, Florence Pugh, who's in the team. Makes sense. Red Guardian, David Harbour, is going to be in the team.
Odd choice, but nice to see him again. I think people like their dynamic in Black Widow.
Yes, yeah. Taskmaster, who is also going to be in the team. And finally, Mr. Bucky Barnes, a.k.a. the Winter Soldier, a.k.a. Sebastian Stan.
See, that's... okay, I think Bucky is above the Thunderbolts at this point, but I get why he's there.
I think he's the leader, surely.
He's the Rick Flag of the team.
Yeah.
Like, he is... Like, because the Thunderbolts generally are just Marvel Suicide Squad now. They used to be a different thing, but now they're just Marvel Suicide Squad. It's missing a couple of people, in my opinion, though. Where's Baron Zemo, first of all? Daniel Bruhl should be on that team, man.
Daniel Bruhl should be in everything. That man is just eating scenery.
That man is a delight. That man is a treat.
Let him chew scenery.
And then I would like to see, like, a monster on the team. Like,
you're looking for a Killer Croc getting a big flat screen TV at the end of the movie.
Maybe. Or like an Abomination. Like, or a Red Hulk, perhaps. Like, something like that, I think. Because at the minute, it's the Falcon and the Winter Soldier / Black Widow crew, and Taskmaster, and Ghost is also there.
Yeah.
Like,
that's literally it. It's just those two movies and Ghost. I can understand you do need a bit of a monster. Also, US Agent Winter Soldier, kind of the same powers.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much.
Both super soldiers. And also Red Guardian. Like, just
Red Guardian, also super soldier. So you got 3 super soldiers.
Yeah. Black Widow, basically a super soldier. Like,
Ghost and Taskmaster, I would say. They're pretty cool, but, I mean... Grand, they're probably the killers of the team.
Yeah, I want Taskmaster to have a new design and maybe be better.
A new writing, a new story, and a new...
Just anything different than what we got would be ideal. I feel I came down too easy on Taskmaster in our Black Widow review, because it's fine, but like, Taskmaster's so cool. I
think what a lot of people were disappointed with Taskmaster is, look, the movie itself, the actors playing Taskmaster, that's all grand. It's just... Taskmaster, the storyline, or the origins of Taskmaster are so easy not to fumble that why would you change them? Like, just leave it the way it is. Like, it can be the same actress, just have the same backstory.
That's the thing, because in Black Widow they were like, oh, we downloaded all of the footage of the information and uploaded it to her brain. And the comics are just like, oh no, he just has... like photographic reflexes, like that's his power. That's all you need. And the powers work in that they forget things after a while because they can only remember new things. So like, they go into a battle with, say, Winter Soldier, they learn everything about Winter Soldier, then they kick the shit out of Winter Soldier. But if they fight Winter Soldier 6 months from now and they don't know that fight's about to happen, they might have forgotten it because there might have been in 10 fights in between. That's the thing, because Taskmaster has very bad long-term memory. So it's basically short-term and muscle memory. So if Taskmaster really, really wants to remember someone, even partly, he will fight them because his muscles will remember them better than his brain will. But he won't remember anything about you. He'll just remember what it's like to fight you.
And I think that's a really interesting thing. It kind of, Taskmaster, we felt it should have been a much bigger part, but it was just kind of an afterthought, like a hench woman or man, like just there.
Yeah. So look, maybe, and where that character left at the end of Black Widow, like there's been in universe 5 to 10 years since then. So it'll be interesting to see what that character is like now. Yeah. I think as a team itself, look, they wanted to get Florence Pugh in. There was no way they were doing the team without Florence Pugh. She's like the A-lister that they have lined up. And I think she's aged beyond Young Avengers at this point as well. So this was the team for her.
I agree. I also think Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan, is a really strong double act to kind of sell the movie.
Oh, in terms of promo, that's going to be unreal.
Like, they're the two that you definitely want front and centre. No offence to everyone else, but I mean, they're the characters everyone knows and everyone loves. And they're like, oh shit, fucking Black Widow and Winter Soldier are in this. That's really cool. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Winter Soldier, Black Widow in the comic books. Yeah. Romantic. Heavily romantic. We never got that with Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow. Do you think they're lining these two up for like some weird Winter Soldier is 150 years old and Black Widow's like 23?
I could see it. I mean, look, he's 106, but you know, whatever. I think they probably will do that.
There are two white people in the movie. They're going to put them together.
Hell yeah. Or maybe there's going to be like some weird love triangle between... actually, no. They're definitely doing this because David Harbour's going to be like the disapproving dad. He's going to try and take on that role and be hilarious trying to do it.
Yes.
So
that is pretty... Yeah.
That whole dynamic
I seen that and I was like, that could be pretty weird, but also they're definitely doing that. So it's kind of like, get on board now. I'm trying to emotionally just be like, okay, well, look, that's probably happening. So,
yeah. Can I praise something about Falcon and the Winter Soldier for a second?
I mean, we don't often get that sentence, but yes.
Look, in other news, hell has frozen over, but...
Did you like the world, the people trying to change the world?
No, not at all. That was awful. But out of this entire lineup, right, I'm really excited to see John Walker again. Because that character... Yeah, US Agent. Because that character is such a shitbird and he's played so perfectly that I'm like, oh no, this is going to be really interesting to see what he does.
You know what? I'm actually the exact same way in terms of like, I really just want to see him just be the worst. Like, you know, he's the Rick Flag, if we're honest with ourselves. So like, I think Valentina is going to say, US Agent, you're the leader of the team. Because like, you're the guy. I think so. And I think Sebastian Stan is like the Wolverine. Winter Soldier's like the quiet guy who's like, this is a dumb idea.
Maybe, but I feel Bucky has more of a moral code than John Walker would.
Yeah.
So, which, granted,
John Walker's like, yeah, let's kill these people.
But you know what you need here is you need someone in the middle, and that's Baron Zemo. He should be the leader of the Thunderbolts, because he is most of the time.
You know, he's out of line, but he's right.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all we need with this man. And then I wonder what the mission is. Because, like, what would be so significant to bring those characters in particular together to, you know, that you couldn't assemble some other
what
team
happens
of
if
Avengers.
Superman attacks the White House? How do we bring these people together?
Exactly. You know,
what if Baron Zemo was the reason they all come together? But there's no way his plan can be any better than the one in Civil War. So I'm not quite sure what
that's
he's
it. Like,
do.
by all accounts, Zemo has accomplished most of what he wants. At this point.
Yeah. Who is big enough that could put? It would have to be some worldwide scale, or like one big bad, or like a network of bad people. There are your kind of two options.
Yeah, but something you don't want to go to the heroes with for whatever reason. Like, you don't want to go to actually
a big star-shaped alien who's turning people into zombies.
I love it. I like it's something the government wants. Probably something to do with super soldiers. I'm going to be honest. Like, that's,
I mean, there's 3 of them on the team, so yes, probably
pretty even fight there. But like, how many? There's not a whole lot of actual Avengers left at this point.
Can I just say, though, if it is super soldiers, first of all, bit boring. Secondly, I think that team could kick the fucking shit out of... Once you have Taskmaster, it's got to be something that's more than hand-to-hand combat, because, I mean, Taskmaster just solves all your problems at that point.
What if it's... Okay, hear me out.
You're about to say magic.
I wasn't going to say magic.
Go on, what were you going to say?
Okay, I have 2. 1, what if it's mutants?
Fuck off.
What if they're capturing a mutant? Like this unidentified... Because, have you watched She-Hulk?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Mutants?
I've got all kinds of theories. But they, like, have you watched... You've watched Miss Marvel, we talked about it.
I mean, we did a review of it on the Patreon.
Skip ahead 30 seconds if you don't want to know anything. But mutants are a thing. Kamala Khan's a mutant, right? Right. So what if there's other mutants? What if there are other mutants? What if there's little hints of mutants being dropped everywhere? Alternate possibility. What if, you've not seen She-Hulk, but what if it's the leader? It's Tim Blake Nelson as the leader. And he's made another Hulk. He's making more Hulks. It's a red Hulk this time.
It's a Hulk. Look, to be honest, I would take a Hulk. A Hulk makes more sense.
And then the Hulk joins the team at the end. Because it's like, he didn't ask to be born. Let him be a part of the team, you know?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I'll take a Hulk.
Take a Hulk?
Yeah, I would like to see a Taskmaster versus Hulk fight.
That would be intense, actually.
That would be pretty
like
good.
This version of Taskmaster, do you think could? I don't like. This version of Taskmaster can't just analyze it immediately.
I'm hoping there's some growth. I'm hoping there's some character development. But yeah,
or they just say fuck it. They can do it now.
They can just do it now. Yeah. So after seeing this, are you more excited for Thunderbolts?
I think I am. Like it's going to be different. It's going to be hard not to draw comparisons between this and the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Which was great. But I am excited to see Marvel's take on this kind of format.
I think this is probably going to be a bit more I was going to say outright funny, but the Suicide Squad is hilarious, so I'm not quite sure.
Like, it's great.
But yeah, so like that's the new lineup. I think it all looks pretty good. But Shaun, we got to get on to our second trailer of the week. A lot of big news stories this week, right? Because we have a trailer for possibly a movie that me and you are equally as excited for, and that is Knives Out, Shaun. The Knives Out sequel, Glass Onion.
A Netflix film.
It dropped the first trailer. So Netflix, I think, have bought 3 of them. Or they definitely bought the next 2.
They bought the rights to the first one and they commissioned 2 more, I think is what happened.
And so Rian Johnson is writing and directing all 3. First one, if you have not seen Knives Out, an absolute masterpiece. Just
outstanding.
Ridiculously fun. It's a fun romp. And
it's a fun romp. It's a murder mystery. We all love it.
And I think we've said before, I think we said it even when we were talking about that movie, I think you need one murder mystery every 2 years. Just one, because you don't want it oversaturated. Just one good one, not like one of the weird ones with what's his name, Poirot, but like Death on the Nile, but it's not very good.
Yeah, you want like a Murder on the Orient Express kind of level of
like Murder. That's pretty good, but also the big advantage that these movies have is that they're completely original. That's not like, obviously Poirot's amazing, historical, like it's a great show.
You got David Suchet in there.
Exactly, but if you're doing the movies, they have to be based off things that have already happened. Whereas Rian Johnson is writing these now, so nobody knows who the killer is.
Yeah, exactly, and also by not having them be a constant, like always in production thing in Hollywood, you can really pull out all the stops with casting it. Because the cast for this film is ridiculous.
And we had great fun when they were announcing all of the cast the first time around, because the first batch of cast is amazing in itself, and everyone was like, there's no way he's topping it. And then this time, he tops it by just going, we'll just bring in Edward Norton. I would have Edward, because the first one wanted to have Chris Evans, Ana de Armas, Jamie Lee Curtis, Catherine Longford, Toni Collette.
Christopher Plummer? Was Christopher Plummer?
Yeah, Christopher Plummer was in it as well, yeah. I mean, you have all of them, and then you also, this one now has Edward Norton, Catherine Hahn, Kate Hudson, and Dave Bautista, amongst a few.
Like, it's...
Oh, and Ethan Hawke.
And he just casually just walking around there. And Daniel Craig, obviously.
Yeah.
And this one looks like they go to an island for a murder mystery party and it turns into an actual murder, which I think is fucking brilliant.
That's how you set up this. This is perfect.
It's every episode of Murder, She Wrote or Poirot or Columbo that's ever made, but God is it good.
It's like it's Tropic Thunder mixed with Poirot. So they're all in the murder mystery, but they're all just there because they think it's part of the game until it's not, Shaun.
Like, it's so good. And do you think Daniel Craig, Benoit Blanc, do you think he gets called in, or do you think he's just on the island anyway and wanders into this scenario?
So plot details for the movie are scarce. The official logline for the film states that it is tech billionaire Miles Browne invites his friends for a getaway at his private Greek island. When someone turns up dead, Detective Benoit Blanc is put on the case. So I don't know if he's brought in or if he's just brought to the party, because that would make more sense. It's a murder mystery. You invite the world's greatest detective as a laugh to your billionaire murder mystery island.
A billionaire would do that to see could he trick the detective. Oh.
And so then you just bring him in, and then a murder actually happens, which first of all carries the question, what murderer is dumb enough to pull a murder when the world's greatest detective is there? Ridiculous.
Maybe they don't believe in the power of the gentleman detective, though, Connor.
It's a donut inside a donut, but the other donut had a smaller hole.
Man, I've been watching a lot of like Monk clips on YouTube, by the way. And I love detectives solving things in the most bullshit way possible. This dude killed, episode of Monk, this dude killed a guy by placing a big electromagnet under his weights bench, and he suffocated him with a barbell.
Just shoot him. At that point,
it's just easier. You're going to get caught anyway. You're up against Monk.
You're up against the Monk. He knows stuff. So in terms of my notes for this trailer, I was watching it, and obviously I was like, oh shit, this is going to be great. So I just have Benoit Blanc, then I have holy shit, what a cast, and then I have oh shit again, and then I said, fuck me, Batista's a gigantic human being.
Man's huge. Keeping a gun in his Speedos, by the way.
And I think someone's like, are you serious right now? And he fires it. I was like, yes, I am serious.
He does that and you just hear Jesus Christ in the background. Like he's done it a few times.
You wouldn't fuck with him though, to be fair.
Not at all. Batista could kick the shit out of me. And
so I want you to answer me one question, Sean. One question alone. This early out, Nostradamus, who's the killer?
Oh God, I think it's Catherine Hahn.
Good. That is very good. I was actually thinking Catherine Hahn. Now we got to pick a different person.
Yeah, because I said it. We have to be different. We have to place odds on this.
Han makes sense. I don't think it's Batista.
No, I think he's going to be an asshole. He's going to play an asshole.
Yeah.
But I don't think he did anything bad.
I think Ryan likes to take Chris Evans, Dave Bautista. They like to take the nice people and just turn them into the absolute biggest dickheads of all time on screen, just for funs and giggles.
That's the thing. And look, we could pick someone and it could very well be a twist ending. Maybe it was no one at all, or maybe it was an accident.
It's Kate Hudson. I'm putting Kate Hudson down as the killer.
Kate Hudson's a good shout. I do think we're in for a lady killer this time. That's what I want. Not a lady killer, mind you. A lady killer.
A lady who kills.
I mean, have you seen Benoit Blanc? A bit of a lady killer over here.
Is there a point in the trailer where he's standing in the pool fully clothed?
I think
a shirt
so.
And trousers.
He's got a shirt and a little scarf necktie thing on him as well.
He's in the pool.
He's in Bahama mode, man. What if it's okay, so it's like Die Hard 5, and every 5 seconds Benoit Blanc is just screaming about how he's on vacation.
No, someone's like, I'm the killer, Benoit Blanc. I don't want to know. I'm on holiday, right? Just leave me be. For God's sake.
He hands him a business card with an email and it's call the office.
Ring in. I'll be back in the office next Tuesday, right? Just ring in. You let them know you're the killer. I'll get back out to you. I just think Daniel Craig is loving life playing this role. And if you haven't seen Knives Out 1, go watch it. And we're not going to tell you who the killer is. But just... No. It's great crack.
It's great. It's a movie that if I'm ever with people and we're like, oh, we'll put on a movie, it's always my suggestion if no one's seen it. Just be like, oh no, this is class.
I remember having a double bill once of I had Knives Out, Jojo Rabbit. That was a good night.
That's a wild night for you.
It's a wild night, but it's pretty good. It's coming out on December 23rd, so it's going to be in theatres in November and is released on Netflix 2 days before Christmas. So this is
that's
a Christmas Day.
Christmas movie. That's
Christmas
unreal.
Day movie. Absolutely.
There's also just for anyone, this might just be relevant to Ireland, but there's a film coming out called The Banshees of Inisherin. That's coming out on December 26th.
Isn't that like a murder mystery as well?
It's about. I think there might be some, but basically, Brendan Gleeson and Colin Farrell live on a remote Irish island, and Brendan Gleeson just doesn't want to talk to Colin Farrell anymore because he's boring as fuck. That's the main conceit of the film.
Sean is actually doing the press tour for the film itself. It's actually a pitch.
I wrote and directed this film.
I'm very proud of it.
Well, just Christmas movies abound is all I'm saying.
And also, the two of them you can't miss. You got Gleeson. I mean,
Barry's
in Bruges.
Yeah, so Brendan Gleeson, Colin Farrell, Barry Keoghan, and Pat Short as well.
Fuck off. That's a foursome and a half. Fuck me.
Hell yeah, man. Barry's in it.
Barry's in it. Patron said that Paul to Barry.
Our best friend Barry is in this.
Any day now. Barry's going to respond to one of us messaging him. All of my fan mail. We're moving on to our next piece of news, Shaun, and this is leading. It's a bit of a rumour, right? Currently a rumour from D23. If they announce it this evening, then we can't do anything about that. But as of right now, the rumour is that the Fantastic Four movie has cast Jodie Comer as Marvel's Sue Storm.
Okay, that's pretty good. She's in what's the name of the fucking show she's in?
Killing Eve, Shaun.
Killing Eve. That's the one. Thank you. I was thinking of Penny Dreadful for some reason, but yeah, Killing Eve. No, she's great. She's a great actress. She'd be a great Sue Storm, actually.
And it was one of those where once I read it, I would never put them together, and then I read it and I was like, shit, that's really, really good, because I don't know, she's very, very excellent at the acting. So like I think it could be a great cast. That's a great start to the team.
Yeah, and so it seems like they're going kind of younger for the Fantastic Four.
And from what we know, it's the guy from You.
Penn Badgley, and then, well, from what we know, is in terms of the rumour that's going around,
from me and you, hearsay and rumour.
Someone has to do
this
it.
Is what we know. We're just with everyone else in that this is what we're all reading. Is that they're thinking of Penn Badgley from You as Mr. Fantastic, Jodie Comer as Sue Storm.
Okay, I've also heard Seth Rogen as the Thing. Apparently,
what?
I don't hate it, you know. I think because it's mostly voice at the end of the day. That's what they're going to use him for.
But I don't want to hear his voice coming out of the big rocks.
No, but it is good that you have like you have a Jewish actor playing Ben Grimm. That's pretty good. Also, would you rather Jamie Bell but do it again?
Well, I mean, are they the only two options?
Yes, those are the only two options you get.
Surely we can bring back the guy from The Shield.
Michael Chiklis?
Michael Chiklis.
I think Michael Chiklis might have aged out of the role of the Thing, unfortunately.
It's a big rock monster. You can't age out of a rock monster.
Well, that's actually, you know what? He can only erode, probably.
Exactly. So, I mean, Jodie Comer cast as Sue Storm, I think very, very strong casting if they're going to go that way. I mean, anyone who's seen Killing Eve, she's great in it. She's also in Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds recently, but she's getting further and further, she's getting bigger and bigger projects. Obviously, Killing Eve was a massive success, so from that she's getting more and more into films. And I do think it's a really solid casting to start off with. Just we've got one of the best actresses. She's played Sue Storm. We've nailed this. Move on to the next bit.
Yeah, and we've locked her in for probably a 10-movie deal.
55 movies. You're going nowhere, Jodie.
Rest of her life.
And I do think it's a case of they needed to start off strong, especially if they're going to start doing all the rest of the announcements at D23. Once again, all of my news that I have here is they could be revealed at D23. They still haven't. As opposed to Irish time right now, they have not.
Every article that's come out over the last 2 days has been a nightmare of this could happen. Yeah. Sources are speculating. So that's not a news story.
I heard that he heard that she heard that they heard that it could be happening. You don't know.
Okay, so confirmed is what you're telling me?
I don't want to confirm or deny, but that does sound pretty locked in. I also want to give a shout out to Waffles, who sent us on the newest trailer for National Treasure on Twitter.
I'm sorry, there's a new National Treasure trailer?
There's a new National Treasure trailer from Disney Plus. The series has a trailer, Shaun. He sent it to us in the hopes that you would see it. But what I did was I had it in the show, and then Secret Invasion's trailer came out, and then I took it out of the show.
You know, it's okay, I'll watch it. What I do, I'll light some candles. I'll turn down all the lights in the house, and I'll just watch that
Have you
alone by myself with a glass of wine. I haven't seen it yet, no.
There's a man who pops up at the end that I think you're going to be excited about.
Is it Riley?
It's
Riley Poole.
Yes.
Yes.
The whole trailer is just them going, so I have to get this to find this. It's a mystery. Oh my God. All these secrets. I don't know. Riley's here. Then Riley's like, tell me what you got. That's the trailer.
Come on. It's me. Everyone's favourite, Riley. Everyone's favourite
character, Riley.
Hello, children. It's me, actor Justin Bartha.
Otherwise known as Riley from National Treasure 1 and 2.
I'm excited.
We're moving on to our next piece of news, Shaun, and it is more rumours from D23. Look, it's the big week, right? Just leave me be, right? This is all we have.
No, it's fine, Connor. If you just want to phone in the research for this show, that's absolutely great.
It's the big event. They just literally took over all the movie news for a whole weekend. And what's come out, Shaun, is we have Captain America 4 sees the return of a forgotten MCU Hulk villain, Shaun, because the Hollywood Reporter is now reporting that apparently,
as they want to do,
an onstage remark caught by discussing film. They said Marvel is part of cinema history, and so the leader is apparently confirmed to be appearing as the villain, main villain of Captain America 4, Shaun.
Okay, so so my theory about him being in Thunderbolts out the window.
I did hear that earlier on, and I didn't want to interrupt because I knew this was coming.
So you wanted to make me look like a fool, is what you're saying.
I mean, it's one of my favourite hobbies.
So that would make sense with the leader then, because the leader's whole thing is he wants to make a whole world out of Hulks.
Yes.
So that would be the new world order that he's trying to set up.
Now look, I know a lot of people are probably listening to this thinking, Tim Blake Nelson was in the Marvel Universe. You are correct, because if you take your mind back to the old seedy times of 2008, does anyone remember a movie called The Incredible Hulk? It came out, and everyone thought that movie's fine. But Shaun thinks that movie's amazing.
We went back and watched this on the Patreon, alright? And that's better than some Marvel movies that have come out recently, is all I'm saying.
True, I would say it's true. But also, in the movie, there's a very small scene where Tim Blake Nelson plays this weird scientist who starts experimenting on Edward Norton. Because he's like, You're the Hulk, I want to see how you fucking work, because you're a big green lad. And so he starts experimenting, and then he gets accidentally injected with whatever shit he's putting into him, and then his head, for some reason, gets really big. We don't know why. That's just the way it goes sometimes.
That's how he mutates. That's how the Hulk blood mutates him.
Someone says, that's how it be, you know? That's what it said.
I just think we're setting up, there's a lot of Hulk plates spinning at the minute, you know? So I think it's, bring back the leader. Go ham with the leader, man. Like big green head, like telepathy, telekinesis, all of that shit.
Sorry, if anyone doesn't know who the leader is, we did a Hero Zero months and months ago on him. But Shaun, could you just really quickly sum up what the leader is about?
Imagine the Hulk, but for every bit as strong as the Hulk is, the leader is smart.
Oh.
Now.
Right.
But he also has the whole thing of like he can shrug off bullets, and like he's pretty strong. He's regular strong, and
he's jacked. Like he goes to the gym. Like he's regular strong.
Yeah, look, he can also canonically reincarnate through a thing called the Green Door, which all the Gamma mutates have access to. Let's bypass all of that. Why not?
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if you touch on it.
And so the thing, like with. I think we could see the leader pop up in She-Hulk, just as anything Hulk related should probably show up in that show at some point.
Yes.
And I think we're probably going to get back to Savage Hulk at some point as well. So I think all of these Hulk stories are going to line up for like a World War Hulk event at some point.
Well, this movie is called Captain America New World Order. So, I mean, maybe the leader comes in. Maybe he wants to turn all the gamma radiation upon everyone else. And, like, Sam's thinking, that's not very good. You know what I mean? I'm Captain America. I don't like everyone else getting powers. I'm against that.
Well, people should be allowed to choose for freedom reasons.
I disagree. I think people should be given powers and then ask questions later.
Maybe. It could just be... The thing is, it is like it's a super villain for Captain America to fight, basically.
To be fair, it's a proper super villain that like this guy is definitely going to be like head of some governments or like got involved with some governments and is like, I'm the right person for this. You should let me lead the line against stopping these heroes. They're making me look bad.
And the thing about it as well is that like with the leader, you don't have the problem with the flag smashers, which is that they're kind of sympathetic up until they just go insane for no reason.
Yeah, the leader's
just going to be
dickhead.
mental the whole way through. Yeah, he's just a prick.
He's going to be full on, we should kill everyone that's not like us. That like anyone with power should be killed, except for me, obviously, because I came up with the plan, but everybody else should be killed. I think that'd be cool if there was like a bit where the leaders, like all these superheroes with all their powers, they're taking over the world, and then like Sam has the moment where he's like, I actually don't have any powers, I'm just like, I actually am not a super soldier, I'm Captain America, but like I'm just a dude.
Yeah, I'm like a symbol of hope kind of thing. That's my main power. He's getting people to hope.
I think he could go along those routes. I mean, that'd be fine. I was just weird that I read the leader was coming back because it's been, 14 years? And finally, the announcement we've all been waiting for.
I've been waiting for a while, Connor. You know this well. As soon as I saw that in the cinema, I was like, can't wait to see the leader.
By the time this movie comes out in 2024, it'll be 16 years since his one cameo for 3 minutes in a 2008 movie where the lead actor doesn't exist in the universe anymore.
True, but like Tim Roth came back. Tim Roth came back as Abomination.
Yeah.
So it's like the Incredible Hulk was put in this weird kind of like timeout punishment zone.
They didn't touch it.
You didn't make very much money, so we're not using you.
But they didn't touch it until Endgame finished, and then they're like, oh fuck, we're out of ideas. Right? What have we done?
How many barrels can we scrape? Oh, this barrel's entirely full, we just haven't touched it? Maybe not.
It was shit at the time. The barrel is full of shit, to be fair.
Flag smashers, though.
That's what we'll do, lads. Yes. Also, in Captain America 4, we've learned that Isaiah Bradley is coming back, which I think would be very, very cool. If anyone doesn't remember, in Falcon and Winter Soldier, the show, Isaiah Bradley was the other super soldier who basically him and Sam would constantly be having conversations, like really, really great scenes about what it means or what happened in the past.
How the shield means different things to different people.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's really, really powerful stuff. And I just think I think he's a great character. I think bringing him back can only mean good things. He could be like someone that Sam goes to, just even like every second week, just to have a conversation about everything that's happening to him.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Isaiah Bradley's grandson as well presumably has some level of superhuman ability because of his blood. So there's another Young Avengers member lined up who Sam could then mentor. Makes sense.
Well. Also, Danny Ramirez is coming back as Joaquin Torres, who is going to be basically Falcon.
The new Falcon.
Yeah. So you're going to have a new Falcon, new Captain America, and then you also have this really great scene of like the old guard that he gets to have a conversation with, and then he's also training the new guard. I think it's a pretty cool idea. We haven't seen any footage or anything like that, but I mean, in terms of just moving the character forward, I mean, fair fucks to them. Let's see how it goes. I mean,
yeah,
could be good, could be bad. We don't know.
No, but it sounds like it's going to be a Sam Wilson story as well. It's not going to be Sam Wilson goes and talks to Peggy Carter's grandson. You know, it's not going to be that kind of shit. It's like, no, he's doing his own thing.
It should be his own movie. Like, he is Captain America. So let's just let him go off. He now has the mantle and he's going to take it a different direction.
Yeah, exactly. And he's just going to punch a very smart man with a very big head.
Just punch him real hard in the head. You can't miss. The head is fucking gigantic, to be fair.
I do think there's going to be some cool combat, like in the air, between like him and Torres both having wings now, and then like whatever enemy they fight or infiltrating bases and shit like that. Yeah, there's going to be some really cool fight scenes in this.
No, I absolutely agree. We are finishing off Movie Mondays this week, Shaun, with the big trailer that dropped just before all of the Marvel news came out, really. It was
really?
Like Thursday, Wednesday, I think it was. And that is Black Adam, as the trailer dropped for the newest trailer. I think it's trailer 2, I think. Not quite sure. But it came out. The Rock is in it. Shaun, I would say this trailer is much, much better than the first trailer.
Absolutely it is. This trailer actually makes me slightly interested in watching the film.
I was the same. I was like, oh shit, this is looking good.
Where was all of this stuff in the first? There was none of this in the first trailer.
Not one bit of context at all.
There was nothing going on. It looked by the numbers as fuck.
Yeah,
but now,
this one came out and I was like, oh shit, this is pretty cool idea.
Is this potential I see?
What is this, DC? What are you doing? This looks good.
It does. It gives more context as to what Black Adam is kind of about. Like, it nails home that, like, he never asked for powers, he has them, his son's dead, he's angry, he was a slave, wants retribution, all that kind of stuff. And then we just get the Justice Society and about.
Oh man, I was like fully like into this because I was like, right, so at the start I was still the same. It's just The Rock walking around being The Rock, being like ultra powerful and it's just like killing people. And like he's talking about his dead kid, giving him powers, yeah, yada yada yada. Okay, cool. Right? Yeah. But it's always just like, yeah, I'm the superpowered god. Whatever, right? You're the Rock. I just assume you're superpowered in real life anyway. But then where the trailer changes is they're like, then you introduce, as you said, Justice Society of America, Pierce Brosnan looking fantastic as Dr. Fate.
Killing it.
Just a perfect casting. And Dr. Fate leading his own heroes like an X-Men. They come from like an X-Men mansion.
It's very X-Men. Even the fucking like the jet coming out of the like court. Like that's very X-Men.
And it includes Hawkman, Atom Smasher and Cyclone. And them basically being like... So then it's really, to be honest, very similar to the Suicide Squad or Suicide Squad, the original, but it looks a lot better in that you have a Superman-like power, but we don't have Harley Quinn with a baseball bat. We don't have, like, Rick Flag to try and take this lad down or Captain Boomerang. We've got Dr. Fate, one of the most powerful beings in all of DC, along with Hawkman, Atom Smasher and Cyclone, and they're going to try and take down Black Adam, who's literally a god.
Yeah. It also looks like in the last shot of the trailer, there's like Black Adam on one side, the heroes on the other, and they're like facing off. But Atom Smasher is on the side of Black Adam in that shot in the trailer, which you said in the Hero Zero, they're like friends.
They're like best friends, yeah.
So you could do a turn, which could be.
I think you could do a turn. I also don't think that's the end of the movie, Shaun. I think them fighting each other is only the first half.
Right.
And then you also have the villain Sabak, who's going to be in this, and he's like Black Adam's like counterpoint in terms of villainy. So like I have it written here, how it works is like Sabak will be the main villain. He has the power of 6 demons behind him, and Black Adam, if you remember the Shazam thing, has the power of 6 gods.
Right, okay.
So it'll be 6 gods versus 6 demons. They're fighting each other. And then you also have so I think the first half of the movie, Justice Society of America tracking this guy down, fighting him, trying to stop him. And then Sabak shows up and they're like, we can't fight this guy. We need Black Adam.
And he is an anti-hero as they do hammer the anti-hero.
Oh, I mean, that's a very unsubtle bit of the trailer. I was just overlooking that. Because it's always like, you could be good or you could be bad. We don't know.
You have 2 paths. You chose one path. What I wanted to ask you as like a DC fan, how do you feel about the fact that they just fucking serve Hawkman up on a platter in this trailer? He just gets shut down immediately.
I suppose, but in terms of power levels, I mean, I could see that happening. Like, Black Adam is literally a god, so Hawkman is really, really strong, but Black Adam is like fighting Superman levels. Like, you don't fuck with him. So Hawkman also in storyline, in my point of view anyway, is always a little bit more like rushing in, like going to go head first in, not figure out how powerful the opposition is. I'm as fucking powerful as they are. Let's see what happens. So could definitely see that happening, him going head first into like a Superman-like figure and then being like, oh shit, I'm about to get fucked.
I have miscalculated.
But I also really like that there's a bit in this scene where Dr. Fate has him trapped around multiple Dr. Fates.
I saw this. This looks class.
Like proper Doctor Strange style. And Dr. Fate is like, he's a proper god as well. Like, Dr. Fate is so fucking powerful in the comic books. Like,
yeah, you did a report on Dr. Fate. He's ridiculous.
He should have no issue solving Black Adam. Like, Black Adam's all power, like all Superman. Dr. Fate is all magic. So, Dr. Fate should actually have him.
Yeah. It's like I think I like a lot of what I'm seeing in this trailer and a lot of stuff about this movie as it is at the minute. I still can't separate the fact that it's The Rock just like in the suit.
This trailer helped me do that a little bit more.
Okay.
I felt it a little bit more that he wasn't hamming it up. One thing I noticed, there's no comedy in this trailer. There's no like beat for the joke in the trailer.
Yeah, like the music cuts out and then someone is just like, he's behind me, isn't he?
I was constantly waiting for that and it just never came. And I was like, you know what? I kind of like that. I'm actually okay with that because we constantly get that all the time now where music, break, funny bit, then we get back to the trailer. Whereas, I mean, it's fine to just do a proper trailer, show everything, show him looking like a badass. Some of the dialogue in the trailer, not very good, very clammy. I mean, The Rock at one point says, "I'm not peaceful. I will kneel to nobody." And it's like, okay, fine. That's a bit ham-fisted, but okay, we get the gist.
But maybe over the course of a full scene, not like chopped into 3 seconds, maybe that plays better.
Maybe it does. But in the trailer itself, I actually would have taken that bit out. Just have the trailer the way it is. Have the intro of them being like, we got to track this guy down. It's actually a really perfect promo or trailer in that you introduce Black Adam, he's a badass. We introduce this other team that we know are heroes that are like, we got to stop this guy. This guy's a bad guy. And then we have the last bit of them turning up the face of him, and then you introduce like, there's going to be a battle. They have got to stop him or trap him or capture him in some way. And I just think it's really, really great. It doesn't really touch on Sabak. It kind of has little bits, but you don't need to show that. Just have that in the movie. People are like, oh shit, there's another half an hour to go. Black Adam's captured.
I'm getting more than I was promised.
Yeah,
this
cool.
is excellent.
And they gotta get Black Adam.
I love Crow in the Eternals.
And I think Cyclone looks pretty good. I think it's a major upgrade on the first trailer, like properly.
Oh yeah,
like
it looks like a different film. Like
like it looks like a film they've actually finished.
Imagine it, but look, it's DC, so there's nothing to say they won't cancel it in a heartbeat. They have pushed back and postponed Aquaman and Shazam, so at this point they're just relying on this movie, so it's got to be good. I don't think it's going to be knock the lights out amazing, but I do think it could be better than we think it's going to be, which is all I ask for. That's the thing. I think it kind of has that, like, it even for a movie with The Rock and everyone else in the cast, it still kind of has that underdog thing going for it, where I think it's going to do better than people think it will. Yeah,
and I mean, it's scheduled to come out on October 21st, so that's pretty soon. And Amanda Waller's actually in this as well, which I just really like.
Keep getting Viola Davis back into this.
Let's just get the Oscar winner back for a laugh.
I like how she keeps doing it as well.
I mean, they must be paying her a shit ton. They saved all that money on Batgirl.
That was Viola Davis's retainer fee. She's like, nah.
But like, I do think even just if she's in for one scene, I think that helps so much. Try and mend some of these almost burnt to the fucking ground bridges that they've done, is that they've just singed everything. That if you try to connect any of this, bring her back. At least let her be. There has to be an anchor somewhere in this stupid world that they've created and then destroyed and then created and destroyed. That at least, look, Viola Davis is here. We know her. We trust her.
Yeah, see, it's weird because it kind of feels like the Suicide Squad and Shazam and Black Adam all kind of live in their own little universe.
Yes.
And then, like, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Batman, Superman, they're all in their own universe.
Yeah.
They're very different tones, but Viola Davis is like the link for a lot of it.
I hope this is good. Having seen this trailer, I hope it's good. The Rock's marketing team won't fuck about. They'll try their hardest to get this good. Someone had a great tweet. It was like, when it bombs, we'll have a video of The Rock on Instagram going, we made the most money in San Marino ever in the first week. Big shout out to my fans over there.
Just looking at all the wins and just focus on the wins.
He's just constantly looking for the most minor win. We had the biggest hour ever in box office history from 6 to 7 p.m.
Highest rated in the 13 to 17 demographic in eastern Ukraine.
Pretty big shout out to my boys. But yeah, I hope the movie does well. I mean, they need a win. I'm sure it'll be fine. This trailer is much better than the first one, so now I don't know. Now I'm kind of more positive.
Yeah, I think I will watch this now. You know.
You know what? That's actually kind of the way I was. I was like, I'm probably not going to watch it. I don't care.
I was probably, based off that first trailer, I was skipping this movie. Now I'm like, okay, I'll give it a go.
I might go see it on a Wednesday, just for the laugh.
Wednesday'd be lovely for this.
Wednesday'd be lovely. Shaun, I think that's it for this week's Movie Mondays.
What a very busy week of trailers and news and everything, Connor. Would you like me to take us out?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thank you everyone for listening to this episode of Movie Mondays. We will be back on Wednesday with Weird News Wednesday, Friday with Hero or Zero, and next Monday with another episode of Movie Mondays. Big shout outs to everyone over on Patreon who continues to support the show. Shout outs go to Róisín, Chunky Lobes Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Technically Fine Evanson, Waffles loves you and hopes you have a good day, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the wash and it'll be grand Jamieson, Dominic, Anna Hjelmroos, Little Dicky, Funny Observation McGrew, Danny McLaughlin, The Fabulous Frogman, Sam, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Sackman41 and Buster. Thanks everyone for the continued support. Really appreciate you helping to keep the show going. If you want to join those fine people, head on over to the Patreon link in the description. Other ways to support the show is heroesforhire.ie/shop for any merch that you might want to get. Twitter is @heroesforhirepod, the 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast, and the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
I think that's about it, Connor.
I think so. So I've been Connor Lawrence.
I've been Shaun Meal.
I'll see you all next week, guys.